Hi! I gotta put this blanket on because I'm freezing cold. Today, I am so beyond excited to welcome you guys to Cheyenne's 12 Days of Christmas. I'm just going to be kind of doing like a mini Vlogmas series, and I'm excited to share it to the world, hold myself accountable, and get this party started. I hope you guys love it. I hope you enjoy, and let's get into the video. We are going to be talking about how to level up your life in 2023. Now, this is something that is probably one of my favorite parts of starting a new year, is getting to reevaluate everything that you've been doing in life so far and getting a chance to reassess, make adjustments, and start off fresh. And I want to show you guys exactly my process. So let's get started. So the very first thing you need to do is you are going to need certain materials. The first thing you need is a journal, and then the second thing is you are going to want to make or get supplies for a vision board. Now for me, I do my vision boards on my laptop and my iPad, but I'll put them as my screensavers. And always do an actual vision board that you have like on a poster board. But of course, if you do it digitally, you can use Canva, you can use Procreate, Pixar. Before you even begin anything, we are going to start with the journaling, and I like to do this before the new year starts. I will start off by writing what I'm grateful for. So that is going to be all the things that have happened this year that I'm grateful for, because that's the best way to kind of show your appreciation for what you do have, show, you know, what you've learned and why you're deserving of growing more, attracting more, and getting more in the future. So you guys are probably wondering what my journal looks like, and this is my amazing journal. It is Cheyenne's Book to Success, and I have used this since 2020. So I've got entries in here, literally like my 2020 mantra. And this isn't my everyday journal. This is specifically for the start of the year. So after that, I want you to just stop writing, and I want you to picture the person that you want to be a year from today. What do they look like? How do they talk? Who do they surround themselves with? What do they wear? What does their morning routine look like? What food do they eat? What does their body look like? What does their hair look like? All the details, every single little detail that you can possibly imagine. I want you to picture that person. I want you to picture yourself having a conversation with that person, because that is who you are going to become at the end of 2023. And that is who you are working to become for the entire year from here on out. Okay, so now that you've got that person pictured, you're more than welcome to write it down and write down all of that information in this journal. That gratitude is you kind of saying thank you to 2022 and hello to 2023. So after I write that gratitude is when I start my next chapter or my next page. And I typically don't write exactly all those details about the person that I'm going to be a year from now, but instead what I'll do is I'll start off by starting 2023. I will come up with a theme for the year, which I know kind of sounds crazy because a year feels like a long time, but in actuality, a year honestly isn't that long in the grand scheme of life. So being able to focus on certain themes for each year is just going to help you progress as a person, and you'll be able to focus in on different areas of your life that need growth, and you won't feel this overwhelming fear of like, oh shoot, I still need to do this, I still need to do that, because you can just focus on what you want now, what you want to see yourself be a year from now, and you can grow through that. So for example, it doesn't have to be super detailed either. For your theme, it can be super easy. I'm going to be referencing my theme from last year, which was I wanted to work a lot on cooking and health. I really wanted to start eating meals at home and cooking a lot more often at home. And so my biggest goal and my biggest theme for the year was to focus on like health and food. And so I definitely put a lot of my focus into that, and I put a lot of energy into that. It doesn't mean I didn't put energy into other parts of my life, but it just means that I had a specific focus and goal that I wanted to achieve at the end of the year, and now I'm the person that I saw myself being a year from today when it comes to my goals with food and fitness. Okay, and super quickly, I just want to insert this clip to quickly say, of course your theme does not always have to be a specific category or fitness or career or things like that. It can be absolutely any overall idea that you want to live by throughout the year. So it can be a mantra, it can be a quote, it could even be like the year of gratitude, and you find ways to be grateful for all the different things in your life every single day. So definitely a theme is just an overall main idea or main point of growth that you're looking for throughout the year. But if you want to grow in all different aspects of your life, then you're more than welcome to find a theme that fits into every single aspect. For me, the food thing worked because it fit and helped me grow in all aspects of life. Just wanted to let you know so there's no confusion and no one feels like they have to do a certain thing or a certain way. Do whatever works best for you, because that's how you will succeed and stay motivated. But I'm gonna be referencing my last year's goal. So let's just say your goal is to eat healthy, to eat fitness. So your first page is gonna be 2023, the year of healthy eating. So after you come up with a theme for your year, you are going to write a letter. So the person you want to be is going to write a letter to the person you are today. And looking at that is always going to remind you that you are working to be that person. And reading from the point of view of that person, you're always going to want to get in the mindset and the headspace of that person, and it's going to push you to keep motivated. So knowing that that person thinks this way, I've got to keep working until I think that way. I've got to keep working until I experience that thing that person, you know, said. So it can be things that like may not have happened yet, but you want them to happen by the end of the year, or they're things that you believe if you stick with it will happen by the end of the year. You read that, it's gonna happen for you. So after that, you are going to have some main focus categories. This is where you can kind of branch out into not just focusing on your theme. So I actually do have an example. I went to Canva. What I did was I created 4 different sections for myself. So there's mind, body, health, and career. For mind, I would write goals and things that I wanted to incorporate into my everyday life. So I said journal often, speak and write daily affirmations, welcome growth, take pictures, you know, morning meditation, little actions that I can actually do that will help just overall have a better outlook on life. Health, I wanted to eat balanced meals. I wanted to start drinking green juice. I started drinking cucumber and pineapple smoothies 1 to 2 times a week. I started taking probiotics and collagen. Home cooked meals. Genuinely, I probably cook at least 4 times a week, which is a major improvement. These were my 4 main categories that I wanted to have growth in throughout the year, and I tried to tie it into, you know, my main theme overall. This was the first year that I did this. Last year is when I kind of broke it down a little bit more in depth. But this year I'm breaking it down even more in depth, and I'll give you guys an example of what I'm doing for 2023. I'm breaking it down into health, which is body and mind, career, which will be just like wealth and things like that, and obviously career itself. Physical attributes, here's where I'm trying to push myself to be more detailed about what it is that I want. I want to focus on skin, hair, and things like that. Doing dermaplaning once a month, those kinds of things. I didn't write those before, but they are goals of mine that I want to incorporate a routine into my life that's like one that I actually maintain, so that I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need to do dermaplaning on some random day before I'm getting ready and it makes me late. Plucking my eyebrows, things like that. And then internal attributes is like food, drink, things like that, which of course I worked on this entire year. So that's not something I necessarily have an issue with. But if you guys want to know exactly how I maintain everything, I can show you guys. I can show you how I plan out my meals, because I have a grocery list and a weekly meal plan, and it has done wonders for me. I don't spend extra money at the grocery store. And then like internal attributes for my brain, content I consume. Books I'm reading, I want to make an actual list of books to read or podcasts to listen to. But now for the very last part, I've been talking a lot, and this is my favorite part of this entire process, it is the vision board. You're going to be making 2 vision boards. The first is going to be your overall end of the year 2023 end of the year goal, and exactly what you want. That person that you want to be put together on a vision board is what is going to be your main vision board. But you are also going to make quarterly mini vision boards. you're gonna have quarterly check-ins where you're going to adjust on January 1st, 2023. So that's gonna be the first one. So that will be the first day that your mini vision board goes into play. And your January one will last until March. And then on April 1st, you will have another check-in. That one will last until June. And then on July 1st, 2023, you will have another check-in. And that one will last until September, like the end of September. And then on October 1st is when you will have your last quarterly check-in, and that one will last up until December, and you'll continue it for January 2024. Turn your notifications on for January 1st, April 1st, July 1st, and October 1st. So during these quarterly check-ins, you will be making new vision boards every single first of the month. You can obviously do it the day before if you want it to be already made by the time you wake up, or if you want to focus that on the first day, whatever works best for you. But at that quarterly check-in, you want to ask yourself, you want to look at your vision board and you want to ask yourself, how far have you come? What is in fruition? What needs changed to meet the goals that you want to meet at the end of the year? And what new goals do you need to put into play? So the reason for the mini vision boards is because if you are trying to reach a big goal, you need to take it step by step. If your goal is to lose 10 pounds by the end of the year and you say, okay, I'm gonna start off by walking 10,000 steps a day. That's your goal, right? So you make a mini vision board, and on the mini one, you don't have to put a bunch of stuff, just the actual steps you're going to take to do that. So you say you write 10,000 steps a day, you put a treadmill, you put, you know, little motivational quotes here and there. It's just a tiny one. And then 2 weeks go by and you're like, gosh, 10,000 steps is definitely a lot. You know what? I think I need to take a break. That break turns into a 2-month break. So then your April 1st notification comes on and you're like, dang, I'm definitely not walking 10K steps a day. That's okay, because guess what? That's why you have a quarterly check-in. You say, you know what? 10,000 steps isn't for me, but you know what I can do? I can do 4,000 steps. So you change your vision board. You make it 4,000 steps instead of 10,000 steps. And you can do 4,000 steps a day. You do it, you enjoy it, you have fun with it. Then July 1st rolls around and you're like, okay, you know what? I think I can do 6,000 steps. And so then you're like, yeah, and you do 6,000 steps. And then by the time October 1st comes around, you're like, honestly, I could probably do like 9,000 steps, maybe even 10,000. And before you know it, you're walking 10,000 steps a day. By the time January 1st comes around, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my goodness, I did it. Look at all the progress I made because I took baby steps that were sustainable for me, that worked for me, that worked for my routine. And now January 1st, 2024, you're like, I'm gonna start getting in the gym. Maybe I'll start lifting some weights. Basically, this is gonna be attracting your goals instead of chasing them, because you're becoming the person that you need to be to successfully achieve the goals. And once you get there, you're not even gonna realize how much work it took because you were doing it in a way that was so sustainable that it became routine. And you didn't get discouraged, and you also didn't let yourself fail. You held yourself accountable. Yes, it's an amazing thing to have a big picture and have a main goal, but having an understanding of the steps that you want to take to physically get to that point is what you need to succeed. It's in the details. Just believe in yourself, take it step by step, and have a good time while doing it. That is all of the things that I have to help you become the best version of yourself and how to level up your life in 2023. If you guys have any questions, any comments, I'd love to hear them. If you try this, let me know. If you've done this in the past and it's worked, it hasn't worked, let me know, because I'm so curious. And I hope that you really truly do go on to succeed in all of your dreams and that everything that you ever want comes true, because you deserve it. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of 12 Days of Christmas. Bye.